All right, guys, so working into arm bars. So first arm bar we're gonna work on is a basic Americana, okay? Oftentimes it's called a key lock or an entangled arm bar, but Americana is the most common term for it across the board. So I'm in mount, and there's a lot of different ways to set this up. It's a very, very easy to get submission. So you'll find a lot of new people get it. A lot of guys that come from a wrestling background get it. We can do it from mount, we can do it from side control. So what happens here, depending on the scenario, if it's self-defense, I can maybe set this up by punching, the guy blocks, okay? If it's jiu-jitsu, sometimes guys just have their hands up and they're just, they're being nice and defensive, okay? What's gonna happen is I'm gonna take, in this case, my right hand and attack his right wrist, okay? So I go across. Now, I'm going to use my body weight to drive his arm to the floor. Okay, so as always, guys, my elbows are in tight. Drive his elbow or his hand to the floor. Boom, right here. Now, on the way down, the other hand is going to snake under his bicep and tricep. Okay, so keep my elbows tight. It's my whole body against his arm. This hand snakes under his bicep and tricep and on top of my own wrist here. Okay, so now one thing you'll notice here, guys, is I don't use my thumbs on this grip. Okay, using my thumbs on this grip can actually cause me to lose my grip altogether. I can twist my thumb, torque my wrist. So I keep this like knife hand grip here. Okay, I'm gonna pull all of this in super tight. So I want to hug his arm into my body, getting my elbow nice and deep in his neck. I'm squeezing his upper arm here. So a couple important details. I want to try to make sure his hand stays nice and pressed against the mat. I focus mainly on his pinky knuckle here, making sure that stays on the mat. So just think about giving it like slowing down a motorcycle, right? Instead of giving it the throttle, I'm going to go the other way, like reverse throttle. Okay, so we're here, lock it up. I'm turning that over, okay? So turning it over, making sure that pinky knuckle's nice and deep on the mat. As I hug this in, I'm gonna smash my shoulder down on his bicep and tricep, okay, on his upper arm. Now, I'm gonna put my head down on top of my own hand. Number one, that adds a little weight to it, but also if it's a self-defense scenario, it keeps him from punching me or eye gouging me, okay? He doesn't have access to my face. So the way I finish this, guys, is I'm gonna drag his elbow like I'm gonna touch it to his belt buckle, okay? So I just drag it nice and slowly, okay? Keep going, I hit my knee. Once I hit my own knee, I can start sliding up my knee, but it's still important to keep that hand on the mat and moving, okay? Boom, all right? So, what I need to avoid is letting the hand come up this way and just picking that elbow up, okay? So this doesn't really do much of anything. I can torque that all day long. But when I keep that pinky on the mat and I drag it, even as I start lifting, yeah, he taps quick, okay? So, again, here, we're gonna go across the body, snake that hand under and over, elbow tight, pinky on the ground, head down. I'm crushing his arm with my shoulder. Then I drag it. I begin to go up my knee, and he taps. All right? So again, maybe this comes from a self-defense scenario. Boom, boom. Right into it, okay? Everything's nice and tight. And always, guys, when I'm performing submissions in class with my friends, my training partners, I go slow and gradual, giving them the opportunity to tap, okay? If my life depends on it, maybe not so slow or gradual, okay? One last time. Here, maybe he's down, he's trying to dig his elbows in. So just roll that out, using my body, I'm super tight. Pinky on the ground, head down, crushing weight, everything hugs in, and I finish, okay? You guys will notice how quickly he tapped when I applied the proper weight, as opposed to when I'm being loose and demonstrating, right? He can go pretty far. When I apply that proper weight, It doesn't take much at all.